Let's go here. So we're talking about this couple right now. It's Tahiry and Varo, right? This
Mm-hmm.
guy, Tahiry, is a celebrity. She's
Mm-hmm.
been out there with a lot. Don't let
She
me say
used to
out there.
date.
She's dated a lot of celebrities, big guys, and stuff like that. So sorry about that, guys. You want to answer him?
Yes.
It just buzzed
Give me
me
a
up.
1 minute.
So she used to date a bunch of celebrities, and she used to that. So it's got with this guy. Guy is not as popular, I guess. And the situation is that this guy is complaining is this. He's complaining that the kind of love that he's seeing her give to other people, that she's not showing the same thing to him. Okay? She's not showing the same thing to him. All right. And basically, she's complaining. They're in the marriage boot camp show. Like I said, it's VH1 marriage boot camp show. When you watch it, to make a lot of sense, we're going to be reviewing them. So it's better to just catch some of them, right? She's saying he's a little boy. He's acting like a little boy, basically. That's her complaint, right? And a lot of time, women will be trying to tell us something. Like I was just saying, she didn't use she didn't express herself the way she should have expressed herself. I don't know if I should say she should have, but again, what you don't know is what you don't know, right? But basically, a woman would try to protect our feelings because they don't want to, if they love you, if they're in a relationship with you, they don't necessarily always want, if they know that you overreact to certain things in the past, they don't necessarily want to say those things again, especially if you're in the habit of shutting them down. They don't necessarily want to encounter that. Okay. And that's essentially what's going on. But again, she's an alpha female. Naturally, when you've achieved quite a lot, even if it's just attention, okay? If you have a lot of attention on you, as in a lot of people admire you, a lot of people look up to you, you have big followership on social media, which is a big thing right now. A woman that will pull out alpha out of a female. And if you're not a man, speaking of today, I'm going to come back to that, right? If you're not a man, when I say a man, I'm talking about a woman, referring what a woman will call a man. I didn't create the term. I didn't create the terminology. It is what it is. Thank God she's back because I need her. This is how you know it's a partnership, right? Right? When I say a man or woman, I'm speaking strictly from the standpoint of my wife, what she would consider a man. So we're talking about Vado and Tahiry. Tahiry is complaining that this guy is not a man, it's a boy, it's a male, it's a boy. That's what she's complaining. He's complaining that the attention you give other people, you did not give it to me.
Right.
In your opinion, is it proving that he's a boy by saying that?
Yeah. I told you, I would never date a guy like Vado. It looks First of all, he acts like a child. Like,
what does a child act
he's
like?
not confident. He's so needy. And he called this girl a thirst bucket. How do you call your woman a thirst bucket?
Oh my God.
Because you have insecurities of your own. It feels like she doesn't give him enough attention. Yeah, how are you a man and you have time? I just don't understand how he has enough time to be complaining of attention.
So a man who calls a woman names,
a thirst bucket,
out of their names,
I wouldn't be with
right?
Sorry.
Does that prove that that's a boy or a man? See, but I can't really use a woman in this sentence. You see what I'm saying right now, right? It's hard for me because I'm comparing a boy to a man now, right? Is that a boy or a man? If you feel so low, a woman hurts your feelings, your butt hurts so much, you must call her out of her name.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about that for a second.
Real conversation.
Before you feel good about yourself in that moment in time.
Right.
Right? Is that a man or a boy or a male? Right? There are books on this.
No, even she said it herself. She said he's a boy and she needs a man.
Yeah. She said that, right? Yeah, that's what she's complaining about. But he now said, you're showing other men, you show other men, the kind of connection you didn't have with me. A man who is complaining about other connection, first of all, it's your job to woo her. You've done a poor job, clearly, right? And then you're complaining, another feminine energy. People don't like it when I say that. What is feminine energy? You explain it. Maybe you can help me. Because again, these words are just words. There's a point I'm trying to convey.
Feminine energy is when a man leaves his masculine mode and start acting like a Mitch.
What's a Mitch?
A Mitch is a male bitch.
Yeah. So if you ever encountered a woman literally say things like act like a man, why you acting? If you ever seen that, at least on TV, that's real. We can't argue with that. That's just as real as it gets. That means women. That's the thing for women. Women want a man.
Someone who's confident
Even if she's
is self-sustainable.
Yeah.
And men are supposed to be. A man is a rock.
Yeah.
And a rock does not move.
Yeah.
So if you're a man and you just move easily because of little things here and there,
because your butt
you're
hurt.
not a rock.
That just hurt your feelings. Or she called you out of your name. So now that hurt your feelings. You forgot you're a king because somebody called you name.
I don't even understand how he's comparing his relationship to our past relationship. That is weird to me. So he's been watching her all of his life, how she relates in other relationships, the love she gives to her other past relationships.
Yeah.
And it's telling her that I don't get what you give those people in our relationship.
Yes.
That is weird to me.
Yes. So to fix that, what I would say any man going through that kind of situation is, first of all, don't worry about any relationship he has with other men. Don't make that a challenge. Turn it to a challenge for yourself.
What was he doing then? He was watching her while see, this guy is not a busy person.
Funny enough, Will Smith just said that. He said, no, I wanted to win you back. That meant...
And I like that.
He said, I wanted to win you back. And you don't lose your status as a king for saying, no, I want her back. You don't, your ego is not easily robbed off because somebody said something to you. Because you said, no, I'm not interested in a relationship with you. I need separation. You caught feelings, so you start crushing her out, right? You're clearly not a man in that moment in time, right? So let's go on to Bratunde here. It says, by the way, as long as we're still referring to each other as a man or a woman, we will always have serious conflicts. Egos does not belong in a healthy relationship. Absolutely.
I agree with
absolutely,
that.
100%, Bratunde.
Yes.
Absolutely. But the egos will show up. It's how you handle it, right? Because we're still human beings, right? She said something like that, but as long as you know how to take 30 seconds, relax. Remember, you're still a king.
If your egos have to show up every time, that shows me how insecure you are. Because you have to work on yourself. Every time, if your ego have to show up every time you're in a argument with, or you're talking to your woman, you're insecure. You need to check yourself.
And what does insecure means? You're not sure of yourself.
You're not sure of yourself. Absolutely.
That is not masculine energy. That's not the energy that a king carry. Right? So it's very simple, but when we're soaked up in our emotions, it's hard to remember these things. These things are harder. They're easier said than done. Because naturally we catch feelings.
Yes.
We catch feelings. She said this. Didn't you hear her say that too? Two, king don't use two. I'm not on the same level. At least not now, because she's arguing. She's arguing with me. I can't afford to be on the same level of argument with her. I need to be stronger now. And vice versa. I just prefer that there's a leader when there's gridlocks, when there's, when there's issues.
It's always sad when a man and a woman do the tit for tat. At least in my opinion, not to say, a man is still a rock. And because you're the rock, you shouldn't be doing tit for tat with your wife. I just feel like it's common these days that you see a lot of men just hitting below the belt, fighting their wives. And I'm like, what happened?
It's very common.
What happened to those days? While we're growing up in Nigeria, they would say that they say it in Yoruba, suru lafin shoko obìnrin.
Yeah.
That was said for a reason. A man needs to know how to be patient. Infinite patience.
100%. That's part of the formula. Without patience, you're going to feel like this. Ego and patience don't live in the same place. Right?
It doesn't.
You're going to feel like this. Because again, things are going to be said. Energy are going to fly across the room. That doesn't sit well with you because you're still a human being. But it's about self-control. It's about, even in spite of all that, can I maintain my cool? You don't have to smile like I just did. But I'm just saying, can you maintain your cool in the midst of crisis? Your marriage, your relationship is not going to be tested until you go. It's not tested if you haven't gone through crisis.
Right.
And it's this test that build a solid Well, starting with self, then you can have healthy relationship across board, including marriage, including at your workplace, including those kind of things, right?
And when we do say that a man should have patience, we're not saying that be a doormat. We're not saying that
absolutely not.
It's an excuse for the woman to be abusive towards her husband.
Yeah.
But when two people are going at each other, nothing meaningful or nothing good can come out of it.
Yeah.
When one person have to be able to stop that thing, whatever is going on. And the only way you can stop that is by actually stopping in that moment.
Yeah.
You have to stop. If you have to disengage.
Yeah.
And that's the way you can stop the fight, you know?
Yeah.
But because we're both in our feelings, we're going for each other's jugular. I remember when we used to argue over third-party issues.
That's all we argued about. We argued about third parties. We never argued about. It was never an issue between me and you.
Oh my God!
It was toxic as hell, and it was about somebody else entirely.
It was exhausting.
Had nothing to do with us.
And we would just end our nights with stupid arguments, and before you know it, he wants to fix it. No, we can't go to bed angry.
Because
and
I was raised.
I just want to go to bed.
I was raised to not go to bed angry, but that happened to become a negative for us. That's why I said if you are stuck with ideologies, belief system that's not serving you, you're going to suffer. If you just relax and apply some patience, let her go to sleep if she needs to go to sleep. If she's the one that needs to talk, I prefer that a man is the leader. Listen to her. That's what I prefer. Up to today and up to now,
does help.
Women that are now going through crisis have a tendency to argue with me about that. That's okay. But those that are going through crisis, they have a tendency to say, you're right. He does not listen.
Yeah, men don't listen. Women don't lie. It's a fact. The only thing women do is exaggerate. Right. We do that because, you know, we're caught up in our shit. But men really do not listen. If every man can listen to his wife.
That's why I'm preaching patience, because that's the opposite of that, right? See? Word and opposite is wrong, but it's actually the opposite. You have patience, you're listening, you're trying to find out where she's coming from. Yet the words are not adding up because you're thinking logically. You think you're logical, you're full of shit, by the way. We're all emotions, right? We're all emotional people, right? But you think you're the one assessing it logically, right? But you're not logical enough if you don't understand psychology. You're not logical enough if you don't understand there's emotions involved. If she's acting outrageous and she's angry and you're arguing with logic, how logical are you? You're arguing with somebody that's angry, right? So that's the Varo feels like he's in a situationship with Tahiry than being in a relationship with her. That's the vibe he gets. That's insecurity, right? A secured man will say, I guess she's not ready. Just let me know when you're ready. Doesn't have to say it in words. He's just confident like that. Yes,
he's not a confident man. And what disappointed me was that there's another girl on the show called Azu E, and that one just comes off as jealous. Anyway,
do you want to move to Azu E? Are you ready?
Well, Azu E went to Varo to tell Varo that his wife is being inappropriate in front of other people's husbands just because Tahiry was wearing a bralette, right?
So let's talk about this. Oh, we already talked about this one a little bit. Well, she's married to a young man,
a 25-year-old.
You know, and she
expects him to act like a
52-year-old man. Yeah. It's not gonna happen. You gotta know what you're getting into. That. Yeah, and her, she's worried if he's there for clout, just for the attention, right? Well, the thing is that we all worry about something.
If you're worried about that and you're already speaking it out, the universe will receive it.
Yes, because your energy. What you do will basically follow your energy, right? So that's that. For them, I don't know. He's gonna have to do extra work than he needs to do at his age. The 25-year-old man brain is not fully grown.
The cortex does not develop properly until you're 26.
It's not done.
Okay.
And he doesn't know what he doesn't know. All right. So he's gonna have to work harder to keep her, because she also attracts a lot of energy that some would consider negative because celebrity,
and she has a lot of insecurities as well.
She has her own insecurities too, you know. So
I mean, checking another man's wife because of what they're wearing, that's insecurity. For you to actually speak
she
on
showed
that,
it right there on the show.
You should not care what anyone is wearing. When a woman is telling another woman, why would you wear this? I always look at them funny, like, This is a grown person. You don't get to control
They're
that.
saying more about themselves.
Exactly. You have some insecurity that you need to tackle.
Yeah. All right. So please help us share as you continue to watch. If you're enjoying this session, support share with the rest of the world. Thank you. Let's talk about this one. So we have Corrupt here. Corrupt is a legendary rapper in groups with Snoop Dogg, Nate Dogg, and all those West Coast people, right? And Corrupt is the really black one that you can't really see his face. He's there. I'm sure he's like you can't really see, but he's there, right?
And then he's wearing all black too. That's hilarious.
And then we have Tony. That's the wife. Is the wife?
I think they're in a relationship.
Okay.
They've been in a relationship for 3 years.
Basically, he's lost control of himself. He's always drinking. He doesn't eat.
He's an alcoholic.
It's an alcohol. Well, he didn't admit that.
Well, he is an alcoholic. He's just not admitting it.
Right.
You eat drinks to the point that he doesn't eat in 4 days, but just keep drinking. And this is not just regular drink. This is brown liquor. I'm sorry. I don't have to be a
brown bag,
to
brown
let you
liquor.
Know that
so what's wrong with her? You tell us what's wrong with her. Because people, they all bring something to the table. What's wrong with her?
I see her as someone that is trying to. She's the Captain Save-A-Hole. You know, when you see someone that is damaged and you just want to fix them, she's a fixer. And now she's drained from it, that she's unhappy with herself. And she feels stuck in the relationship. Right. Because obviously, if she doesn't feel stuck, she should just move away from this guy.
And he kept saying that. He kept saying, if you want to leave, leave.
Because
she keeps
especially if someone is telling you that. For you to still stay there and take that shows that you have no self-respect.
So let's bring that back.
Be abused.
Yeah, you just said it. I was going to say, let's bring it down to GPS. She lacks the S, self-respect.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Sometimes it takes people time
to get it.
To get to a place where they say, I can't tolerate.
They give it all.
And sometimes it's when you check out and you have self-respect for yourself that will make that person wake up.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
So some people say, you encourage that people should leave their marriage and relationship? We don't encourage nothing. We just ask people to have self-respect, self-love, okay? Have a personal purpose in life that has nothing to do with your spouse, okay? Just for those days that you're going to need to feel secure in yourself. You're going to want to feel whole, right? Yeah. You want to have a personal purpose that you identify as, this is my personal. It doesn't have to be other people's personal purpose. Some people may look at your personal purpose and they say it's not enough. It's not up to them.
Nobody gets to determine that. It's up to you to know what your personal purpose in life is.
Yes. So your personal purpose is something that you enjoy doing that does not take away from your self-respect, encourages self-development, self-improvement, that add to your self-worthiness as a human being on earth. Like with or without your kids, you're solid.
Oh, yeah.
Much less husband, right? By the way, the husband come before the kids. Your spouse come before the kids.
Yes, they do.
Throw that in real quick.
They do.
All right.
Those days that your kids are going to fly away from the nest, you'll be left with your spouse.
Right.
So you might as well just invest in your relationship and build it so you can enjoy it.
Right. Now, this guy, he's not himself.
No, he's not.
Personal purpose out the window.
What?
Right. So if you're going to get with somebody, you want them to be 100%.
Yes.
Meaning they have a sense of higher self, right? It's not just this physical body. I have a soul.
Yeah.
I can understand the concept of unconditional love, even if it's your own way, right? What do you call it? Personal purpose, something that drives, that makes them feel excited about waking up every day.
Yes.
How are you gonna feel excited about waking up every day if you're drinking all day yesterday?
Yeah.
And yesterday was a Tuesday, right?
You're drinking every day.
You know, some people say, some people live that lifestyle.
And the more you drink, no. I understand people saying you drink socially. I get that. There's nothing wrong with that. But when someone drinks to stupor that they start abusing everything around them, that's not healthy. That's not a lifestyle.
And a simple evidence you can look at.
Yeah.
A simple evidence you can look at is the energy around this person.
In fact, she doesn't need to be with him until he has definitely fixed himself.
Yeah.
Right now, he doesn't need a relationship. He needs to go work on himself. And working on himself, he will need to go check in a rehab first and make sure he's taken care of before he even has anything to give to a person.
Yep, exactly. So he's not capable.
No, it's not capable. And he clearly said that.
Yeah, he's not capable. And he said, leave if you want to leave. Somehow they're the one that also tell the truth.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
In a very weird, twisted way.
They throw it in your face. And you feel stupid. Like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
and then
really
he'll come back.
That?
He'll come back and beg
say,
a little
sorry,
bit.
And,
but he knows he's too weak. He can't even have the mind to think, And her, if she doesn't gain some self-respect, it's going to be a rough road.
Mm-hmm.
And let's talk about this one. This is
what's that guy's name?
This is Will and Shanda, right?
Okay, yeah.
Will and Shanda. So Will and Shanda, they've cheated on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Infidelity issues.
Mm-hmm.
He started cheating as soon as they got married 12 years ago.
A month after they got married, he's been cheating. He's been a cheater from the onset.
Yeah, more importantly, resentment.
Yes.
Right? Because she's still with him. I always tell people the cheating, you can make it an issue more than it is. It's not really that much of a big deal.
She still wants him. She still wants to be accepted by him.
Yes.
Yes.
And she cheated too. And he still wants her too.
Mm-hmm.
But they're struggling. What they're struggling with is not the cheating, because they would have been gone. Most people don't struggle with that either. The issue is the emotional energy in that relationship. None of them is given to each other, right? This one has resentment that lasts as long as 12 years ago.
And he claims that her attitude is nasty and that she doesn't respect him.
Yes. So attitude, nasty, respect, trust, submission, right? All those things, right? Those things are earned.
Yeah. You can't submit to a man that you don't respect or trust.
Yeah. Those things are earned. Those things are earned. So just keep that in mind.
Oh, Dalina said, I agree with Lola.
Tony is a fixer. Yeah.
Tony is a fixer. Yeah. It's not good for her.
Yeah. The only thing you should be fixing in a relationship is you.
Yeah.
Make sure you bring 100%.
Yeah.
Try to fix the other person. It's a losing battle.
Yeah, it is.
If they're not fixing themselves, like, you're just going to get drained. You're just human. You're just a regular human like everybody else.
You'll be drained and you give up eventually. I agree.
Yeah. So her, she's this guy also will go all night, basically act like the boys, and they'll be calling him.
He's a married man acting like a single man.
Yeah.
And I have a problem with men that act that way, because when you act that way, it shows your lack of commitment.
Let's not be naive. Look at how this guy is dressed. Okay.
What does his dressing have to do? He's an artist.
I'll explain.
He's an artist.
I'm
gonna give him.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong. I was going there.
Come on, man.
Let's
not attack the outfit.
Now, the glasses, shades inside the room. I'm sure there's big lights in the room, though.
Right.
Because of they're shooting something, right? But let's not be naive. A lot of these guys come on this show because they want attention for their artistic work.
Yeah.
They want attention for their brand.
For some clout.
They're entertainers.
And they're getting paid.
They're getting paid. They're getting millions upon millions of attention.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the beauty about that. The real life issues that people go through still come out regardless.
Oh, yeah.
Because Dr. Ish is that good. Mrs. George Toddler is that good.
Yeah.
Even if they try to deceive them sometimes, the people will tell the truth eventually.
They have to.
The energy will come out. You can see right through people. That's why it's not worth it. Just be yourself. Don't try to be somebody else. Because we have incredible radar for bullshit. We can see it. Right? So, I want, right now, this lifestyle outside of this show, where I was going was his lifestyle. He will probably also blame it on, the lifestyle of what we do. We're entertainers.
That's why he can't be committed.
Well, it's real.
It doesn't have to be married.
But isn't it real? They have issues with commitment. Entertainers have issues with commitment and staying in marriage and stuff like that.
But again, cheating is a choice for anyone that engages in it. You had the opportunity to make that choice even right before you did it. Know that you're about to.
Right.
Something's still telling you what you're about to do is wrong.
Here's the problem with what you just said.
Yeah.
It's absolutely correct. It's right. But they both cheated.
Yeah, they both cheated on. You notice she said she cheated on him because he cheated on her. And she said she didn't even feel good after the fact.
Right.
That is real.
Exactly. She's saying we can't even say that. Like you can't say because you cheated, that's how I cheated.
Yeah. And she took accountability.
But it's also,
I love her for that.
It's also testament to the fact that he has nothing to do with the issue they're going through presently. Of course, they're using it because they have resentment against each other. He cheated. He did that. He did that. That's not the real issue.
Yeah.
It's really about she doesn't feel safe in this relationship, but neither does she feel safe if she leaves because she would have left, right?
Exactly.
He doesn't feel safe, but he also needs to learn something about being a man because he was crying, which means he was crying when they were talking about the daughter and how he's treating his wife and stuff, which means there's something there. He just doesn't know. And that's something I want women to take away. Sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of time, men just don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
They just don't have the ability to make you feel safe.
I agree.
If you even
they're not prepared for it.
They're not prepared. Even to the extent that you could come to me and use the word. Remember what I told you about words. You come to me and say, I don't feel safe. And I still don't get what you're saying.
Like, what the hell does she mean?
You don't feel safe. I went to the door. I lock the door every day.
What do you mean?
You don't lock the door.
Safe?
I go check the back door every day. That's what they say because they're talking the evidence, physical stuff. Right? What does it mean for a woman to feel safe? It's deep. It's probably going to go beyond this session, but you probably should listen. The best place to start with is to listen. You can even ask her, like, tell me, what will make you feel safe? What does it mean for you to feel safe? What does that look like? And when you ask that, don't ask that so that you already have a response behind your head because your wife is unique. She's not the same as the girl you saw on TV or your friend's wife. You can't compare. It's not the same thing. But her, that's the person you married. There's something she's going to tell you, not just today, because you're going to try it today and it's not going to work tomorrow. You're going to say, it didn't work. There's no way I can satisfy it. No. A very important part of that formula is patience.
Yes. Thank you for saying that.
It's over time. Over time. Have those conversations. Let her say everything she wants to say onto the point where she says, what do you have to say about this? Interesting. I was just hearing what you had to say. I guess that you want this. You want to repeat everything she said back to her so you can prove to yourself, not even to her, that you actually heard her. You were listening. I'm telling you, if you make a woman feel heard, you can penetrate everywhere, physically and emotionally. Okay? That's really all you have to do. Is that simple. But because we're also emotional beings, men don't like to believe that they're emotional beings.
They don't.
Even when you tell them they're emotional, they catch additional feelings too.
Yes.
On that.
Or tell a man is sensitive. Right. Oh my God.
And then he catches feelings.
It's like,
right?
It's okay.
And then you prove that you're not sensitive. Right? So those are some of the things that's but if you just do that, it's a lot of work. Because remember, you're coming from a place where it's not necessarily natural for you to just listen indefinitely.
Right.
And I'm not saying listen indefinitely and being a doormat. What I'm trying to tell you is that if you listen to a woman, she doesn't want you to be a doormat. She will remind you, no, what do you have to say about this? I want to hear what you have to say. She's exhausted herself. And if she wants to hear what you have to say, she's not going anywhere. Now she's chasing you. And the person who chases you is not going anywhere.
That's right.
So that's even if you have fear, whatever your insecurities are, and everything I just said, because I'm hearing somebody saying, date the woman too, though. Keep it balanced.
That is so true. That is.
I hear that person saying that right now. I can hear it in my spirit.
So true.
I can hear it in my spirit right now, right? Yeah. Vice versa. But if you assume the position of leadership in your situationship, right, you will enjoy it. And I said situation for a reason. Meaning you don't have to be married. You don't have to be all those titles.
You don't have to be.
You don't have to have gone to court. It's the same rules. Okay. And I dare call it rules. It's a rule because you're going to apply this in your professional life. You're going to apply this in everywhere. You have to learn how to listen because you will get everything you want. You have to give people what they want. Now that's going to create an issue. You got to give people what they want. Seemingly what they want. Sometimes they just want to tell you what they want. You say, just by listening to them, they already feel like they got what they want. Just by listening.
I know we women, we want to be heard. Yeah. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. Speaking of want to be heard, Women want to be heard. The man wants to feel like the hero. So if you're a doer, you're a fixer, you're the one that wants to make sure everything is all together. There's nothing wrong with holding. I'm talking about as a woman right now. There's nothing wrong with holding the home together, right? But you should learn something about bringing your man along without making him feel less, right? And then empowering him. Because if you do that too long and it's not stepping up, you will get tired.
Yes.
Okay? It will drain you.
Yes.
And you're human like everybody else, you will give up. Yeah. So 2 things you need to do.
You
marry that person, right?
You'll be cranky.
Yes. Yeah, you will just be angry for no reason. You won't even know why you're angry, right?
Yep.
So basically, you want to bring that person along, okay? You also want to empower them, okay? You want to empower that person. So how are you going to do that when you're just a woman? You don't know how to be a man, okay? I think it's a good idea to work on yourself. Because when you work on yourself, you attract the kind of man you deserve.
Yeah. So when you say work on yourself, now I'm speaking of, well, I work on myself. I don't understand what you mean.
All right. So just like you have to have patience with the woman, when you have to have patience with yourself. Okay. Working on yourself, it means 3 things for us. Okay. It means GPS, God, purpose, and self. When we say God, we're not talking about that physical being that's on that other planet somewhere. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the God inside of you, your higher self. Okay, understanding that the God in you, you need to understand there's something greater than physical in you that lives beyond your physical body, that the legacy continues long after you're long gone, right? Like, forget that you're long gone, even dead. God forbid. We're all going to die someday.
One day.
But I'm talking about even if you go to work, your spirit stays with people.
Right.
People remember how you make them feel, and a smile come on their face.
Yes.
Right? You need to work on that. That's number 1. Purpose, a personal purpose, something bigger than life, something that transcends your own personal life, meaning your work lives on, right? Something that you're extremely passionate about, right? Sometimes some people find it naturally. Okay. For me, it's teaching, coaching. I don't know if you can tell yet, but right. Can you tell?
Baby,
all right.
You've been a talker for forever.
I didn't say talker. I said teaching and coaching.
Baby, yes.
Right. So
you talk.
Yeah. So whatever that is for you, only you will know what that is. Something you enjoy doing that. Even if you don't get paid for it, you will do it.
You're happy with it.
But there's money in it. Don't be delusional. There's money in it. If you find someone to help you monetize it. However, even if you don't get paid doing it, you enjoy it, right? The third thing is self. Working at, those first 2 things has to be there for you to call it working on yourself, right? Working on yourself is self-confidence first, because we are attracted as human beings to self-confidence. Right. Like we want anything that other people have access to that we don't have access to. That's what we want. That's just human beings. Okay. So self-confidence make your spouse feel like, I don't want to lose her. I don't want to lose him. Right. You need to work on that if you're struggling with that. Self-confidence, self-worth. So this is your value to yourself, how you value yourself, how you value your time, how you value what you invest your energy in. If you argue a lot, you don't value your time. You just don't.
You have too much time.
You got too much energy to give into bullshit, really. Because most of your argument is nothing serious. Okay. When's the last time you saw somebody arguing about, or the argument started, well, you cheated? No, that's just a symptom. People bring that up if it happened, but the argument was not about that. Or you snored, so we're going to argue. When was the last time you saw somebody argue about that? Right. The argument is usually about petty stuff. That's because you don't value your time.
It's too much passion.
Yeah.
You have to put that energy into something else.
Place, right? Self-worth, self-respect. Respect yourself. Respect yourself is all of that, right? So you don't engage in such an engagement type if you respect yourself. Like that person called you a name. Now you want to fight in the middle of the street. There's a good chance you don't respect yourself. Because you would have looked at that person with empathy and said, oh my shit.
Keep it moving.
And you just keep it moving if you value your time. And even if somebody comes and you're a punk, you look at that person and say you're a punk and say, oh my shit.
Yeah.
Right? Because they don't see what you see.
Yeah.
Self-worth, self-value, right? But especially where you invest your emotional energy. Because that's really the big part that makes people suffer. That's what gives people depression. Like everything is accurate, everything is good. God is feeding you. Like where does depression come from? Lack of gratitude, right? God is feeding you. You are healthy. Where does depression come from? You're not in the emergency room. If you're in an emergency room, would you have time for depression? No, you'd be busy taking care of the physical body or hoping that you go home.
Some people have clinical depression.
No, I know that. That's actually from the standpoint that I'm talking about. Okay, you need to have respect for psychological and emotional energy, part of what we call relationship. Relationship just don't. That's why you can't say right and wrong. That's math. It's not. It's not math. Okay, it's not. Oh, you were right. You were wrong. Okay, good. You were right.
What's
now what?
Next?
I still don't want to be with you.
Doesn't make anyone feel good.
I still don't want to make you feel good. I still hate your guts. How about that? Okay, I'm wrong. Okay, they don't have to say that, but the fact that they're arguing with you, they're wrong. Because if they value themselves, they wouldn't be arguing with you either.
Right.
Right. So that's that. Let's see here. Let's go to.
What else do we have?
We have. We did that. Let's talk about. Phaedra and Medina. Phaedra and Medina. What's going on with Medina in your opinion?
I don't know.
Medina just wants attention.
Medina. I like Medina.
He just wants the attention. He's not married
he's
to her.
He's just so cute to me.
He's not married to her. They've never had sex.
Yes.
And he's on a show called Marriage Bootcamp. And he's just like, I'm just here.
He said he wants sex. He has not been able to,
Yeah, I don't think this guy is begging for sex.
I don't think so. He just
wants the attention to be on the show.
I think he's on the show for attention. Yeah. I agree with you.
Phaedra. I said Phaedra. Is that what it's called? Phaedra, right? Phaedra is Phaedra also wants attention. She's jobless. Let's just call it that.
Yeah.
But that's beyond the topic. She has a real fear there. When you damage a woman, if they go through a bad experience, it goes with them. Doesn't mean you're wrong. I'm just saying the dynamics of the relationship you had with them will go with them. They will go attach it to other relationships, even their mother, even their daughter, even their own child, their own children, right?
She said she has trauma from a past relationship.
We all carry trauma.
So she has that fear.
Yeah.
Of and that's why she's not open to Medina.
Yeah, she's not open. Yeah, she's having a hard time open. So he's patient, and that's all it needs to be.
Yes.
It literally has to do nothing. Just patience, and for as long as you can. It doesn't. It's not obligated to be patient forever. But it's also getting money. It's getting attention, right? So he can just enjoy the ride. That's all you really need to do with a lady like this. She will bring it up at some point.